Hello and welcome aboard Whale Pod. We are once again sitting in the Grand Master's chair here in the Knights of Favonius headquarters as Gene, which means it's time for a wishing video. But first, there are a couple things I do want to just say. First is Genshin Impact related, and that is I am finally back to recording Genshin Impact. I have been sick, whether it be with probably just a bad cold that got misdiagnosed as allergies that eventually turned into a sinus infection. And as such, I have not had much energy to record aside from doing the recordings necessary to keep my daily uploading series, at the moment that being Pokemon Scarlet, up to date. As such, I opted not to record any of the events, aside from what I had previously recorded for version 3.2. Now in 3.3, I do have plans to cover at least the main events, maybe some of the others. Another announcement I do want to make is at this time I have debuted a series, and in particular a video that is very near and dear to my heart and what I'm trying to accomplish here on YouTube on the channel. I will make sure to have a card for this video at roughly right now in the proceedings, so I'm just going to make a little note of that while I keep on explaining a bit more what this is. This is in fact the first time ever that I've been telling a bit more of my own story here on the channel, and well, it's definitely more listenable than watchable, so if you don't really have the time to watch it, but do still want to give my story a listen, well, there's not much going on in the video, so you can go ahead and just take a listen while you do other things. Now, I would appreciate it, WhalePod, if all of you would watch that video and maybe even take up my call to action that I sort of give you, WhalePod, during that video. So, without any further ado, let's get into the ritual. I have not done any of the trials yet because, well, to be honest, the trials are a little boring, and I've gone away from using the character I'm wishing for's burst as my thumbnail for these anyway. So we're just going to get right into it. Afterwards, we'll probably do the Wanderer and Faruzan's trials, but for now, we're just going to get into the action. Pop the 69th Holy Water on Gene. And start wishing with the cool 300 wishes we have prepared for C0 Wanderer, Refinement 1 on Tuletula's Remembrance, and hopefully C6 Faruzan as well. Now, let's get things started. Until we get our first Faruzan, we will be manually playing out these 4-star temples. Just a Goro, pretty middle of the pack, so low chances of a double 4-star. And yep, just a Goro. Goro is Constellation 6 like all other non-Amber 4-star characters. Favonius Sword early, there's a chance for a double. But we do not get it. We're starting from pretty close to 0 pity here as well, so this is 30-something. Here's our first Faruzan. We will be skipping future 4-star pulls in the essence of saving time. There she is with that new tag on her. Now, 40-something pulls. Still see 0 Faruzan. 50-something. See 1 Faruzan. Let's go through history so we can see exactly how much we've added 52. We have 54 pity. 64. Still see 1. 74. The very first one of this 10 pull is soft pity. Still see 1 Faruzan. We do have a 5-star this 10 pull. And we have a C2 Faruzan this 10 pull. And we win our 50-50. That's what we want to see, Whale Pod. We want to see the Wanderer coming home nice and early. Can we get a double 4-star? That Faruzan was pretty early too, you know? Nope, no double 4-star. We'll just have to settle for... Yeah, that's C2 Faruzan in the same 10 pull as our C0 Wanderer. That is our goal on Wanderer, so we're going to head over to the Tule Tula's Remembrance and Redhorn banner. We have charted a course for the Tule Tula's Remembrance. However, I wouldn't mind a Redhorn. And we have an eye. Oh, as for the 4-stars, the Favonius Warbow and Sacrificial Sword are tried and true, very strong 4-star options. I do say the Wavebreaker's Fin is very nutty, particularly on Xiangling. But as far as the Claymore and the Catalyst go, the Claymore is mid and the eye is who cares. As always, only wish on a weapon banner if you are happy getting either of the promoted weapons. In this case, basically, only wish on this weapon banner if you have both Ito and Wanderer, or maybe if you have Wanderer and Noel. As far as getting the Redhorn as just like a stat stick for someone like D-Luke, D is right around the corner, so I'd hold off on going for the Redhorn as a stat stick until we know what her Claymore does. And if you're a naughty person who looks at a thing that a Farfetch'd carries around and already know what Dia's Claymore is going to do, well, keep your mouth shut. I don't want to get involved in all that. I don't want Hoyoverse sicking their lawyers on me. This is going to be 24 pity. I want to say soft on the weapon banner is 70 because hard is 80. 5-star already. And it's our Refinement 5 Skyward Atlas. Oh yeah, you can also get that on the weapon banner, so, yeah. Really, beware all ye who enter here, for a bad time is to be had by all. We're somewhere in the low teens. That's fast. I won't even be salty if this isn't the thing. But it is! Oh, that is a Tule Tula's Remembrance. And a Wavebreaker's Fin. I always like to see you. I've got 2 Refinement 5 specimens of it. One level 90, one level 1. Once again, Wavebreaker's Fin is a really good weapon on Xiangling, particularly on team comps where she doesn't need as much energy recharge. Like on Raiden National, where not only does she have a Pyro battery in the form of Bennett, but she also has the ultimate battery in the form of the Almighty Shogun. Let's take a look at this thing. It is a crit damage catalyst. It has base 48 attack, so it is going to be a 674, which means just like the Mistsplitter Reforged, it should be a 44.1% crit damage. Normal attack speed is increased by 10%. After the wielder unleashes an elemental skill, normal attack damage will increase by 4.8% every second for 14 seconds. After hitting an opponent with a normal attack during this duration, normal attack damage will be increased by 9.6%. This increase can be triggered once every, essentially, third of a second. The normal attack damage increase per single duration of the overall effect is 48%. The effect will be removed when the wielder leaves the field, and using the elemental skill again will reset all damage buffs. So you might think, oh, this is a normal attacker's catalyst. This might be good on Hazo if I can't get me a Wanderer. No. Always get the Wanderer first. Then, if you get it and want to do something stupid, then go on the weapon banner. Hazo doesn't really get so much of his damage through raw normal attack damages, but really just from swirling around his teammates' elements. And Swirl still has an internal cooldown of the same length no matter how fast Hazo's hitting. So it's not as big of a damage buff for someone like Hazo as it first seems. It does help Klee, though, who does have the most pitiful attack speed of any catalyst in the game. And I guess normal attack-based catalyst users like Ningguang and Yanfei can also make use of it. But it really is just tailor-made for the Wanderer. Now, speaking of the Wanderer, I want to briefly take a look at our boys' constellations to decide, well, particularly his C1 and C2, to decide if it's worth going for our C6 Faruzan on his banner or Ito's. Constellation 1, when the wind-favored state, I do believe that's the hovering. When in the wind-favored state, the attack speed of the Wanderers, I'm guessing that's his, like, normal and charged stuff increase. His special, like, hovering normal and charged increases by 10%. Additionally, the wind arrow fired by the passive talent Gales of Reverie will deal an additional 25% of his attack as damage. You must unlock the passive first. And the Constellation 2 is when in the hovering state. I believe 5 ceremonial plays will be, I want to say that's the burst? Yeah, that sounds like the burst as it's getting boosted by the C3. Will be increased by 4% per point of difference between the max amount of points contrasted with the present capacity when using this skill. Though through this method you can increase the 5 ceremonial plays damage by a maximum of 200%. So essentially maximum if you, at 20 points remaining, if you infused Hydro, because infusing Hydro will give you 20 extra hover points to play with. And, or basically right as you're falling from the sky about to land, if you did not infuse Hydro. I'm torn. Wander's the cool new thing, but I really want Ito constellations. His Constellation 6 is fun. We're gonna go Ito! There's our C3 Faruzan. We will be stopping at C6 Faruzan regardless of Ito's status. Here's a 5-star. That was early too. We were on a single-digit pity after that Wanderer pull. Before we get to the 5-star, I'm gonna say only Tignari is an acceptable loss now. Jean is Constellation 6. We got a C6 Jean in the last summon video, although it wasn't in the Tartaglia and Layla summons. It was in some standard banner summons that I shoehorned in after leveling up Layla and realizing I had about 24 Acquaint Fates. There's our C4 Faruzan. She's quite explosive now. Well, not really. I just wanted to make the C4 joke. Mona. Well, at least you came early, and at least we're guaranteed, if we get Faruzan C6 before another 5-star, to have the next 5-star we pull for come home guaranteed on the first time. $20-something pity now. Still C4. 30-something, still C4. C5. Just want to double check. Yes, it is C5. Still C5. We're getting close to a 5-star here now, I think. Still C5. We're getting C3 Ito here, boys. And girls. Hey, Anfei. That's C3 Arataki Ito, and our next one is no longer a guarantee. I was hoping we would have been able to get out of here with a guarantee on the next one. Another 5-star already? That's early. And we have our C6 Faruzan, so maybe we will have a guarantee. Or maybe we'll have C4 Ito. I'm fine either way! There's C4 Arataki Ito. And that is C6 Faruzan. Two more Ito constellations for us this summon session. Sorry, Wanderer, your constellations just don't stand up to the absolute unit of Arataki, numero uno Ito. Now, we're transitioning into the leveling portion of the video. But foist things foist. We have some Arataki Ito constellations to apply. Ito, my man, my Oni. Get those 3 extra levels to Ushi. And get that and the Raging Oni King state caused by royal descent. Behold, Ito the evil ends. All nearby party members gain 20% defense and 20% attack for 10 seconds. Now, all we have left is +3 levels to his burst. And the Unga Bunga constellation. But now, we have Faruzan here. We'll apply our constellations a little later. Clear away all these. I don't like that red dot. I'll listen to her stuff later, but I don't like that red dot. Unfortunately, we are going to have this red dot on both her and Wanderer for at least a little bit. We'll clear away this red dot here. And that red dot is gone. So, I'll let the leveling commence. As you can see, I'm a little loaded for bear on these books.
Relax.
A secondary project that I'm taking on at the time here in Genshin is I do want to get all remaining characters that I do not have at 90 of 90 to 90 of 90, and that takes a lot of books. Once Wanderer and Faruzan are up at 90 of 90, we will be back to only having the 9 I previously had here. So, let's get this show on the road. 20 of 20 on Wanderer. We have more than enough Rukashava mushrooms.
I can see the great deal of effort you put forth.
Shut up. You're such a brat, I get to say that to you at least once.
Relax.
And guess who's been preparing for the last couple days with all these perpetual calibers? The answer to that is I'm who's been preparing with all these perpetual calibers.
The wind is blowing this way.
Now, for those of us who are a bit surprised as to why Mr. Fandango Man here is Animo, well, apparently we should have been seeing it for a while now, seeing as he's based on Fujin, a windy counterpart to the Raiden Shogun's basis of Raijin. So, if we had known a bit of that about our Fandango doing friend here, we might have been able to see this one coming. Here's our 4th Ascension star.
You aren't worried about...
He ascends with crit rate. That's always a good stat to ascend with. Wonder what Faruzan ascends with. Please be energy recharge. That'd be so cool of you. 5th star.
Relax.
Yeah, that idle quote is not gonna get old fast at all. No siree, it won't. And even the big ones are all ready to go.
I can be of help to you.
171 of those down the toilet. That's a 90 of 90 Wanderer. Weapon time. We'll go and enhance things here. Not there. Here. We'll use all these 3-star weapons and 4-star weapons before going on to any ore. Thanks much to the live stream for letting us know ahead of time that it was going to take these Scarab Beetle Ascension materials. Not the Scarab Beetle local specialties, but the Scarab Beetle ornament materials from the weapon domain, as I was able to start farming those earlier than I normally would have. And how do I get all these materials so quickly, you might ask? Well, I'm a whale. Time is more important to me than money. So I grease the wheels a little bit by doing Primogem refreshes for my resin every day. We didn't do nearly as many wishes, and it seems like we're already out of 3 stars. So I don't think we're going to get that high up on the whole how far can we get with just weapon experience alone. $45 is how high up we get. 33 more to bring us to 50 of 50. And 93 more. We'll get a 60 of 60. $70 of 70. I didn't see how many more it took there. Why do I have so many of these Scarab Beetle ornament thingies? Because, well, 2 other weapons I'm planning on raising here soon both use them, so I got materials for them as well. $372 will round us out with a level 90 of 90. Now we have talents. I think we have plenty for what we need. Although, unfortunately, our Wanderer here is going to be capped at 666 for quite a while, as he is competing with Nahida for boss drops from his own weekly boss. I'm currently converting over all drops from that boss to Nahida's material, as I am currently in the process of triple crowning Nahida. Now, clear this away, get rid of that red dot. On to Faruzan. She ascends with attack.
You an energetic.
Maybe your stuff scales off of it, but still seems a little weird for support to scale off of attack.
Oh.
We'll keep her leveling up anyway, though. Yeah, 900. That's less losses than can be recouped with the smaller sizes. She, of course, is the Animo character who actually uses the Animo boss. Oh, what a novel concept. And the last one of those we had was Sayu. Yep, she uses the light guiding tetrahedrons from the Killer Doritos. 70 of 70. 70 of 80 now. And the 6th and final Ascension Star.
The past 100.
Leaving us with 428 here. And getting us the 3 more wishes. Her weapon is going to be a lot cheaper than Ol Wanderer's, as it is, as they say, already paid for. We're going to throw this Battle Pass bow onto her, because it does allow her to do a little bit of crowd controlling. Now, as I said, I do have special plans for their artifacts. Talent time for Faruzan. We're just going to do 2 for that one there. And that's where you're going to stay for a while, because once again, you're competing directly with Nahida for your boss level up materials. Now to apply the constellations. Faruzan can fire off a maximum of 2 hurricane arrows using fully charged aim shots, while under the effect of a single manifest gale, created by a wind realm of Nasamjid. The duration of a dazzling polyhedron created by the wind's secret ways is increased by 6 seconds. Increase the level of wind realm of Nasamjin by 3. The vortex created by pressurized collapses will restore energy to Faruzan based on the number of opponents hit. If it hits 1 opponent, it will restore 2 energy for Faruzan. Each additional opponent hit will restore 0.5 more energy for Faruzan. A maximum of 4 energy can be restored to her per vortex. Increase the level of the wind's secret ways by 3. And characters affected by the wind's secret ways, Prayerful Wind's benefit, have 40% increased crit damage when they deal anemo damage. When the active character deals damage while affected by Prayerful Wind's benefit, they will apply pressurized collapse to the opponent damaged. This effect can be triggered once every 3 seconds. This cooldown is shared between all party members. So she is a dedicated anemo support, as her talents will also, they also have things that do with anemo res and anemo damage bonus. So yeah, Faruzan is our first dedicated anemo support. And now that we're done with both the polling and the building, I'm going to say I have planned to do a 4th episode of the Artifact Strongbox series here on the channel. Coming up very soon, and by soon I mean in within the next, say, 48 hours or so since we upload this video. And in that, it is going to be done in the new artifact domain, and I'm going to be putting the new anemo set on the Wanderer, and we'll be using rejects from the new anemo set and from the new elemental mastery set that accompanies it to Strongbox for Viridescent Venerer pieces for Faruzan. Not only will we be doing tomorrow's daily resin limit for me, but we will be doing max resin refreshes, and we will be deploying... Wait a minute, let's get up to 15 in the battle pass here. We will be deploying... Let's get transients, because Kokomi needs those. I'm trying to triple crown her. Not 1, not 2, not 10, not even 20, but 26 fragile resin into this artifact domain run. As such, you will be seeing me do 1, maybe 2 runs in the artifact domain before I just go to a montage of all the drops. You will see me doing strong boxing, and you will also see me using the artifacts earned, the 3 and 4 star artifacts earned from the artifact domain runs, to level up the ones I decide to put on the Wanderer and Faruzan. With that in mind, I hope you are looking forward to that. And as always, I have been your Captain Whale, and this is where we're going to end this Genshin Impact video. Wait, we can't end it here yet. Let's bring the brand new boy and girl out into the party.
What do you want from me?
It's been a while since
There, that's better. Now, with that, I have been your Captain Whale. Please do remember to like, comment, and sub to the channel if you have not done so already. All 3 of those help me out greatly and are also greatly appreciated. Now, with that said and done, I hope you all are having fantastic days, WhalePod. Make sure to stay cool, stay classy, and most importantly, stay healthy. But until next time, this is Captain Whale, signing off.